Good evening. This is a regularly scheduled meeting of the Kettering City Council. Today's date is December 9th, 2025. Please join me in saying the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As we gather this evening, we are grateful for the opportunity to serve our community and for the trust placed in each of us. We give thanks for the leadership, dedication, and steady guidance that have helped shape this city and support its residents. May we honor that service by continuing to work with integrity, respect, and a shared commitment to the common good. Grant us clarity in our discussions, wisdoms in our decisions, and unity in our efforts. May this meeting reflect the very best of who we are as public servants. Well, tonight is going to be a little different than normal. I've never presided over my own resignation before. So hopefully this is all going to come off smooth. I know there are several of you who wanted to address the audience. We've got plenty of time for all of you, and we'll call on you when the right time comes, but know that that will occur. I'd like at this point to call on Mrs. Fisher for a motion to approve the minutes.
Your Honor, I have reviewed both the council and workshop minutes for December the 2nd, find them in order, and I move for approval.
Second.
Are there any comments, suggestions, questions? Hearing none, call the roll.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes. We're going to start off with a special presentation this evening, and that will be about the Christmas Day gathering at the Latham Center, and I'm calling on Lindsay Curry to give the presentation. Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you, Mayor Lehner and members of City Council. I'm pleased to be here this evening to share details about this annual event. This will be the third year that Christmas Day will be held from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Charles Latham Senior Center, located at 2900 Glengarry Drive, adjacent to the Kettering Rec Center. This location provides access to plenty of parking and Route RTA number 28 and accessible facilities. In addition to a hot meal and sweet treats, we will feature holiday music, activities for all ages, and of course, a visit from Santa Claus. This event continues to be free to our community thanks to the generous support of Day Air Credit Union, One Lincoln Park, GFS, as well as from support from dozens of volunteers who help set up, serve food, lead activities, DJ, and clean up. For anyone interested in helping, there are plenty of volunteer opportunities that can be explored on our event page or by calling the volunteer office at 937-296-2433. We hope to see many of you there on Christmas, but if we don't, we wish you a happy and holiday season.
Okay. Thank you, Lindsay. Does anyone have any questions about the event? Okay. Now we'll move to public hearings. We have none this evening, and we, at this point, invite anyone who wants to speak about the legislation on tonight's agenda. It's not just general comments, but specifically on the legislation coming up. Anyone wishing to speak before council with comments or new information about the legislation on tonight's agenda may do so at this time. Each speaker is limited to 5 minutes. Speakers must state their name and address, and comments should be addressed to council. If you have comments that are not about the legislation on tonight's agenda, there will be an opportunity for those to be heard later in the meeting. Is there anyone who wishes to speak to any of the legislation on tonight's agenda? Hearing none, we will then move on to ordinances in second reading, and we will start with Mrs. Fisher.
Your Honor, I do have an ordinance in second reading to enact Section 660.21 of the codified ordinances regarding private water systems in urban setting designation areas. It is requested by the City Manager's Office, and I move for approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Mr. Hammer.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the council. If enacted, this ordinance will prohibit drinking water wells within areas given an urban setting designation, or USD, by the Ohio EPA. A USD designation recognizes that cleaning up groundwater to drinking water standards in the USD area is not necessary because no one uses drinking water wells in the area. Adoption of this ordinance will help ensure that no one uses drinking water wells in an area covered by a USD. While there are currently no areas with the USD in Kettering, staff anticipates that one may be established over the former Cheerheart Cleaners property located at 2659 Patterson Road in order to allow for commercial redevelopment. A survey of the surrounding area for active drinking water wells found that there were none. Residents in that area get their drinking water through Montgomery County's water system. Staff recommends approval of the ordinance. I would be happy to address your questions.
Does anyone have any questions? Okay, seeing none, please call the roll.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have an ordinance in second reading to provide for the table of organization, position classification plan, compensation plan, and pay schedules, and rules and regulations pertaining to conditions of work and supplemental benefits for the employees of the City of Kettering, Ohio, and to repeal ordinance number 4416-24. This is requested by the Human Resources Department, and I move for approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Jenny Smith?
Thank you, Your Honor. This personnel ordinance in second reading includes a 3% wage increase for non-union regular full-time employees and regular part-time employees in the 850 pay grade series. Other proposed changes to this ordinance include staffing changes to the Law Department, the Finance Department, Office of Communications and Engagement, Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Arts, and changes to military language to mirror Ohio Revised Code. Be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Call the roll.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes. That concludes our ordinances in second reading. We'll now move on to resolutions. And I believe that will be Bob.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to designate a housing officer for the City of Kettering. It is requested by the Economic Development Department, and I move for its approval.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Chadowski?
Thank you, Your Honor. In 2023, City Council enacted legislation to create the Aragon Oak Park Community Reinvestment Area. Under the prevailing state statute, the city is required to designate a housing officer who is responsible for administering certain sections of the Ohio Revised Code associated with community reinvestment areas. City Council's previously designated housing officer has resigned their position with the city, and a new housing officer must now be designated. Staff is recommending that City Council designate Mr. Ryan Holmesy, City Planner, as that housing officer. Happy to answer any questions or concerns that council may have. It is staff's recommendation that council enact this legislation.
Thanks. Anyone have any questions? Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase a robotic total station from Precision Laser and Instrument Incorporated. The estimated cost is $32,000 before trade-in, and amount budgeted is $29,500 from fiscal year 2026. This is requested by the engineering department, and I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Bergstresser.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a very important tool that allows our in-house surveyors in the engineering department for their work in gathering surveying information for roadway designs and also laying out construction stakes when we get to construction. We have an existing robotic total station that unfortunately was damaged in an accident recently, and we have determined that it's not cost effective to repair it. So therefore, we are recommending moving forward with the purchase of a new robotic total station. Due to work backing up, we would like to purchase this instrument as soon as possible in January so that we can stay caught up on the work that needs to be done for projects next year. Be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mayor Laner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to advertise for bids and use competitive bargaining and negotiated quotes to contract for the 2026 street maintenance program. The estimated cost is $2,390,000. The amount budgeted is the same for 2026. This is requested by the engineering department. I move for its approval.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Bergstresser.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a resolution that historically we have done, excuse me, in the first meeting in January of the fiscal year. This year we would like to do it tonight. Reason being is that we are now planning to bid all of our construction projects for 3 weeks. And by doing it tonight would allow us to do that and still have a bid opening for the first project out of this program, which is our asphalt overlay program, as soon as the last Thursday in January. So it's more of a timing thing that we would like to have it approved tonight rather than 3 weeks through basically a month from now. Would give us some extra time for that bidding process and hopefully see better pricing. I'll just run down some numbers here that are included in that roughly $2 million figure. We have our annual asphalt resurfacing program for $1.4 million. That's primarily on residential streets. And next year's, next year's program would be primarily in the neighborhood around Prass Elementary, so north and east of Wilmington Pike in that general neighborhood. We also have a resurfacing project on Glen Heath from Wilmington to East Stroop in that same general neighborhood, and also a section of Lincoln Park Boulevard from Waltham, which is just east of Ackerman, over to North Marshall, which is just west of Marshall Road. That's for $200,000. So the total project cost of those three projects is roughly $1.89 million. We also have $415,000 budgeted next year for our concrete repair program. That includes repairs to concrete panels in the Richmond Heights neighborhood, which is in the far northeast corner of Kettering. That's for $415,000. We also have $125,000 budgeted for our annual ADA curb ramp replacement program, which will be paired with our concrete repair program in a single bid. And then we have three smaller maintenance type projects. We have a miscellaneous roadway account for unanticipated things that come up throughout the year for $25,000, our crack sealing program for $50,000, and a new project or new program for next year, a street sign replacement program for $25,000, bringing the total of those three to $100,000. Be happy to answer any questions.
Anybody have any questions? Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mayor Laner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to accept and expend a grant from the Del Mar Healthcare Fund of the Dayton Foundation on behalf of the MVRPC Institute for Livable and Equitable Communities. The estimated cost is $13,385 with nothing in the budget at this time, requested by Parks, Rec, and Cultural Arts Department, and I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Bergstresser.
Thank you, Your Honor. This grant provides support for an additional new senior softball league in 2026. That will be managed by our Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Arts sports supervisor. Since it is in next year's budget, we will do a supplemental appropriation in 2026 for the funds for this grant. Be happy to answer questions.
Anyone have any questions?
Will Tony Klepaz be participating in that softball league?
That would take additional legislation, and we have none planned at this point. Okay, call the roll.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes. Someone's going to get fined $1.
I think it sure has
I
been.
think it is.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to accept and expend a safety intervention grant from the Ohio Bureau of Workers' Compensation. The estimated cost is $64,966. The amount budget is $65,000, and this is requested by the fire department. I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, let's see, who are we at? Steve.
Your Honor, I'll handle it.
Okay.
Yes, the total award of this grant is $40,000 with matching funds of $16,242 required by the city of Kettering, plus an additional budgeted amount of $8,724. So our total city of Kettering expenditure will be $24,966. This is a program through the Bureau of Workers' Compensation which allows for equipment purchases that substantially reduce or eliminate injuries and illnesses associated with a particular task or operation. This purchase was budgeted in 2025. It will be rolled over into the 2026 budget. I'm going to ask the chief to tell you a little bit about what we're going to do with this money that's important.
Thank you, sir. We're going to buy a power stair chair for the movement of patients with mobility issues up and down stairs. So instead of manually carrying someone up and down stairs for transport, they will put them on a cot, and then it'll be battery-powered track system, power cot, taking the person downstairs, then get them in. So this will save back injuries and reduce wear and tear on our members' bodies. So we very happy about this, and I'll be happy to answer any other questions.
So this is a piece of equipment that can be moved around,
It'll be a piece of equipment on our 4 primary medics, yes.
that can get...
And it folds up, and then it unfolds, and then it has a track system for going up and down the steps
That's great.
with a person on it strapped in.
Save
right?
a lot of backs. So, anyone have any questions? Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing a pay increase for Clerk of Council Amy J. Hayslip. This is requested by Human Resources Department, and I move for its approval.
Second.
I have here, Brian was going to take that.
It's okay.
Okay.
We're good to
All
go.
right. No, that's okay, we got it, so.
We're just going to call.
Yeah, we're just going to call the roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm so thankful for Amy and the work she does for us. I'm eager to make this happen, as all of us are. So,
Absolutely. For the record, I vote yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Emphatic yes. Okay.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing a pay increase for City Manager Matthew H. Greason. This is requested by City Council, and I move for approval.
Second.
Anyone have any questions? Okay, call the roll.
Ms. Duval?
That's me. Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution directing the Finance Director to commit an additional $500,000 of the general fund balance to be expended for economic development purposes effective January 1, 2026. This is requested by the Finance Department, and I move for its approval.
Second.
Okay, Mr. Chudowski?
Thank you, Your Honor. Council has previously expressed their intent to commit an additional $500,000 of general fund balance to be expended on economic development purposes. This commitment is in addition to the initial commitment made effective January 1 of 2012 and each subsequent year through 2025. This legislation is required to meet the Governmental Accounting Standards Board's rules in order to accomplish this intent. Amounts expended from this $500,000 will reduce the commitment accordingly. These funds are typically used to support our local incentives, to support local and small businesses in their growth and development here in the city. We would ask that Council adopt this legislation this evening, and I'm happy to answer any questions or concerns that Council may have.
Thank you, Brian. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing acceptance of a donation of priority drone from the Kettering Police Department Foundation for use by the Kettering Police Department. Estimated cost is $22,799 with nothing budgeted yet, and it is requested by the Police Department. I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, anyone have any questions?
Oh, it goes to Matt, I think.
Oh, yeah, Matt, we're skipping you. It's your turn.
Yes, Your Honor. Kettering Police Foundation is donating a public safety bundle drone with a tethered power system. The items purchased by the Kettering Police Foundation will not exceed $22,799, and the donation would be made for the 2025 calendar year. Chief, you want to add anything?
Thank you, Your Honor. I'll just add that this was made possible because of a very generous donation to the foundation by the American Legion 598. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Great. We can look forward to the drone soon. Huh? Okay. All right, any questions? Okay, call the roll.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager on behalf of the city to make a $15,000 contribution to the Montgomery County Law Enforcement Memorial Association in support of the Montgomery County Law Enforcement Memorial Project. The estimated cost is $15,000. The amount budgeted is $0, and it is requested by the city manager's office. I move for approval.
Second.
Is this a walkout?
Be safe.
It's a 911.
Be safe.
The radio's going on.
Mr. Greason, I think.
Okay, let's see, where were we?
Mr. Greason.
Mr. Greason is going to take it.
Yes, Your Honor. The Montgomery County Law Enforcement Memorial Association was founded in 2007. It supports the family and coworker survivors of officers who are killed or seriously injured in the line of duty. Additionally, it is working to build a lasting memorial that will commemorate those fallen heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice to protect Montgomery County citizens. The association secured a site next to the Dayton Masonic Center, selected a design and finalized construction plans for the memorial. Approximately 2/3 of the funding has been raised through private and other public sector donations. The association supports all of the county's 33 law enforcement agencies and is asking for additional support to help complete the project. And we are proposing a supplemental appropriation in 2026, but our commitment here in 2025 of $15,000 to support this important project. Chief Protzman, I don't know if you would like to add anything, but I'd invite you to do so at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would just say on behalf of the Kettering Police Department that we are very grateful, as are all law enforcement agencies in this county, of this donation to recognize those who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect our community. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Any questions? Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mayor Lehner?
Yes. We're getting close here.
Your Honor, I have a resolution authorizing the city manager to contract with Med Investors Development, LLC, DBA One-to-One Health for employee health care services. Estimated cost is $12 per employee per month, approximately $4,968 per month. The amount budgeted for 2026 comes from the Internal Service Fund and is requested by the Human Resources Department. I do move for its approval.
Second.
Okay, Mrs. Smith.
Thank you, Your Honor. Text Care is a product providing unlimited, on-demand access to a medical team to our full-time, medically enrolled employees and their household members. It provides a dedicated phone number with 24/7 access to health services via text message, voice, and video visits at no additional cost to our employees. This is a benefit for our employees with the goal of reducing claim expenses related to urgent care, emergency care, and telemedicine care. Be happy to answer any questions.
Anyone have any questions? It's a neat new service. Call the roll.
Mr. Scott?
Yes.
Ms. Duval?
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan,
Yes.
Mayor Laner.
Yes.
Your Honor, I have a resolution to make supplemental appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Kettering, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025. Estimated cost is $22,799. Amount budgeted is $0. This is requested by the Finance Department, and I move for approval.
Second.
Mr. Greason.
Yes, Your Honor. The additional supplemental appropriation is for the $22,799 for the drone that you just authorized from the Kettering Police Foundation. We recommend its approval.
Okay, anyone have any questions? Call the roll.
Ms. Duval,
Yes.
Mr. Suddeth,
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher,
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan,
Yes.
Mr. Scott,
Yes.
Mayor Laner.
Yes.
Your Honor, I have the last resolution to make appropriations for current expenditures of the City of Kettering, State of Ohio during the fiscal year ending December 31, 2026. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I don't even want to give the total number. This is requested by the Finance Department, and I move for its approval.
Okay. Mr. Greason.
Your Honor, as it is our custom at the end of the year as we move for budget adoption, I have a presentation to summarize our proposed 2026 budget, and I know that that is not what everyone is here for. However, I do think Mr. Schwederman will enjoy it.
He can't wait.
I will admit he might be the only one. So thank you for the opportunity to summarize the budget. Let me also say thanks to the Finance Department team, in particular Randall Harper and Kelly O'Connell, and the department directors, each who helped prepare the presentations and documents that are before you for consideration. We appreciate, as the staff, your many hours reviewing the proposed documents. You held multiple workshops to hear presentations and review the capital improvements plan, the long-range forecast, and the operating budget. The city's forecasting provides a high-level assessment of revenues, expenditures, and fund balance trends, and the latest forecast shows that the city is currently in sound financial condition with a general fund available balance of $56,400,000 projected at year end. The 2026 budget, as you'll see in a minute, reflects an approximately $1 million operating margin, meaning our anticipated tax revenue for 2026 exceeds our proposed personnel, operating, and capital equipment expenditures by that amount, and that is in line with our general fund budget policy. However, the forecast indicates a few significant financial challenges that are ahead, and we want to highlight those. We are planning to draw down our capital improvement fund and our general fund reserves to fund necessary capital improvement projects, some this year. And we certainly have sufficient fund balances to do that. But over time, over the 5-year forecast, it's not financially sustainable due to anticipated depletion of the capital improvement fund, also known as the Boonshaft funds, by 2029, and modest projected increases to our income taxes in the next few years, or in the past few years. So beginning with 2026 and over the next several years, we're going to need to implement strategies to increase the operating margin to a level that can sustain our capital improvement, our desired capital improvement expenditures, and continue making investment in the city's critical infrastructure. This will need to be done through a combination of strategies, including potential expenditure reductions or revenue increases. Income tax represents the vast majority of our annual revenue, as you know, so a continued focus on economic development is a priority and extremely important to this city. In 2026, we will be placing even more emphasis on business retention, recruitment, in line with the goals that you laid out in the city's strategic plan. Extra focus will be placed on development, and our soon-to-be-completed comprehensive land use plan will be used as a guide for development and redevelopment in key areas around the city. In the coming years, and really actively now and continually, we will have to look at ways to reduce expenditures, achieve additional economic development that generates more income taxes, or increase charges, fees, or taxes, or some combination of all of those, and to ensure long-term sustainability. You know, I should say, we are evaluating the necessity of vacant positions, exploring staffing reductions through attrition when appropriate, assessing the use and size of the city's fleet, and we'll be implementing some process improvement efforts in 2026. The goal is to keep expenditure growth in line with revenue growth so that we can maintain fiscal sustainability and do what our citizens want, which is to continue providing an excellent level of services to our community. I'm pretty confident that together with a great staff and a highly collaborative council, we will be able to accomplish all of those things. This next slide. As I said, on this slide, you'll see that we have a $1 million operating margin projected. Income taxes and income tax revenues were lower than original estimates this year. This was largely driven by less corporate net profits, which were down significantly, while at the same time withholdings of employees' wages were up over 4% through November. Our 2026 proposed budget, our personnel full-time equivalent positions, or our head count, is flat, so no increases in full-time positions. We are adding back a part-time position in the volunteer office where we had previously reassigned a full-time position. Department operating budgets, I will add, were held to a 0% operating expenditure increase except for inflationary charges that were largely out of their control, like utilities, and absorbing some changes we made to our chargeback process where internal service departments are charged back to departmental budgets. We've instituted new long-range forecasting efforts for capital equipment purchases, and we've budgeted $14.6 million in capital improvements. Last year, we similarly projected we would spend on some of our fund balance, and I'm pleased to say that through conservative projections and managed spending, we did not do that. Rather, our fund balance increased slightly. We're projecting to use $6.8 million out of the general fund available balance to fund capital improvements in 2026. You'll recall that our minimum policy using the Government Finance Officer Association, they recommend 60 days, but because we're relying on income tax, which is less stable than property tax, we've historically tracked against a 90-day reserve. Next slide. We're well above the 90-day minimum, and that's really not a minimum. That's what we track against. It's advisable to have higher that, but we're projecting a little bit of a dip as we fund capital improvements using reserves in 2026. We still have a healthy fund balance, and that's what gives us the ability to weather fluctuations in various financial conditions without having to take draconian measures. Next slide. We talked a little bit about our policy for operating margin, and I won't belabor that, but next slide, we're projecting $1 million, and that's reflected on this slide, and those operating margin is then a contribution to the capital improvements program. Our operating margin history, just hit that again, shows a lot of fluctuation, and an influx of ARPA dollars, for instance, spiked it in 2022, if you hit it again. Here's what it looks like without the one-time ARPA or CARES funding. And you could see we want to get that operating margin back up over to a higher level over time so that we can invest in our capital improvements and limit our use of reserves to do so. Next slide. Our major revenue stream is income taxes. In 2026, it's projected at 76% with just modest growth. Property taxes, if you hit the next slide, are 13%. And next slide. This reflects the revenue amounts for some of our other revenue streams. Our general fund expenditures are projected to be over $83 million, with the largest allocations logically going to public safety operations. Next slide. We already talked about staffing, which is relatively flat. This slide depicts the wage increases that Ms. Smith covered in the personnel ordinance discussion for both union bargaining contract employees as well as non-union full and regular part-time employees. Health insurance is an area of increase this year with an 11% premium increase, which has unfortunately created an over $700,000 cost. Next slide. Operating expenditures are down compared to 2025. 2025 had a number of unique one-time expenditures. We received insurance proceeds from the barn fire and had those expenses. We funded a comprehensive plan, a parks master plan, and we had a large encumbered obligation related to a 5-year lease of Axon body cameras, tasers, and related to technologies. We also updated some critical software. 2026 has a more normal operating year with limited special one-time funding initiatives. The exception to this are some consulting dollars for an energy audit as part of the city's sustainability efforts and obtaining assistance to work on some of our process improvement initiatives. That decline is reflected in this chart. Next slide. Our capital outlay is proposed for approximately $3 million in 2026. You'll see $73,000 there out of ARPA. Next slide. Our capital outlay highlights are depicted here, and just a few are a medic, 2 heavy dump trucks, and 6 marked police vehicles. Go to the next slide. You'll note on this slide we are towards the end of our ARPA-funded equipment purchases, and these are not really ARPA funded. They're funded by city funds as we used ARPA funds for public safety salaries. But this last purchase is a fire power cot at $73,000. Our debt obligations remain low for a community of our size and scope of operations. Thank you, Mr. Schwederman. Budgeted debt service is approximately $2.7 million. Page 19. I'm sorry. Next slide. So our combined funding for 25 and 26 is an over $30 million investment in our community for capital improvements. I want to say something about our team. We are proud of our team's effort and ability to attract grant funds. You'll note that over $6.7 million in grants were obtained during this time frame. Next slide. In terms of capital improvements, which is not equipment but projects, we desire to average about $8.5 million in city investment over the next 5 years. The 2026 highlights include the Phase 4 traffic signal project, the much needed Marshall Road project, which is more than half paid for with grant funding, a pedestrian bike path along Research between County Line and Founders that is entirely paid for with grant funds from the state of Ohio. There are improvements to many of our streets, sidewalks, and curbs, which you approved earlier this evening, and the CIP in 2026 is largely focused on maintaining vital infrastructure. That is my overview of the proposed 2026 budget. We'd be glad to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you for the work that you've put into this budget to date. I recommend its approval.
Thank you, Mr. Greason. Just so no one has any illusions, we have spent a lot of time looking over these numbers. We're not hearing them for the first time. So with that, any questions? Okay. Call the roll.
Mr. Sudduth?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
Mr. Scott?
A comment before my vote. I spent a fair amount of time looking at the budget, and I know a lot of work went into it. I have concerns about our revenue projections for 2026. I would like to have seen them a little more conservative than what they are, and I'm having trouble getting my arms around it. I would vote no at present.
Okay, anyone else have a comment? Okay, call the roll.
Ms. Duval,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor Laner, sorry.
Yes?
That was everybody.
Who's out of order? Go ahead.
I did it already.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
after Mr. Scott's comment.
Oh, okay, okay. All right. We'll now move to ordinances in first reading, of which we have none. You're excited. Mrs. Hayslip, do we have any certifications or petitions tonight?
Your Honor, we do not have any certifications or petitions this evening.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Greason, I'm going to call on you for your manager's report.
Your Honor, we just want to highlight that because of the holidays, City of Kettering administrative offices will be closed Wednesday, December 24th and Thursday, December 25th. For the viewers, we want folks to know because of the Christmas Day holiday, Rumpke service will be delayed by 1 day for Thursday and Friday customers, as is customary on the holidays. And our New Year's holiday, since this is our last meeting, city offices will be closed Thursday, January 1st for the New Year's holiday. Trash service also for Thursday, January 1st will be delayed to Friday, and Friday, January 2nd. Collection will be delayed to Saturday, January 3rd.
Okay, thank you. Anyone wishing to speak before council with comments or new information about the legislation on tonight's agenda may do so at this time. Yeah, I'm reading the wrong script. Okay. Each speaker will have a 5-minute limit. Speakers are asked to state their name and address. Is there anyone who wishes to speak before City Council tonight?
If you were here to give a comment for our mayor and vice mayor who are celebrating their last meeting tonight, we'll have an opportunity to do that in just a few minutes. Any other comments on tonight's agenda or city issues are welcome to come to the podium now, but if not, we'll move to some words about our mayor and our vice mayor at this time.
Is there anyone who wishes to speak? Now.
Excellent.
We told you this is going to be rough. You're up, Brian.
With that, I have 2 proclamations to share this evening. Normally, the mayor would give this proclamation. In her absence, the vice mayor would give this proclamation. And we find ourselves in this situation where we're going to honor them both tonight, so allow me to do that now. Whereas today, Jackie Fisher is being honored by her many friends and colleagues as we celebrate her 8 years of service dedicated to the city, to the Kettering community as a member of our city council. Whereas Jackie began her public service career in 2018 when she was first elected to city council to serve the residents as an at-large council member. Whereas Jackie recognized the importance of building and maintaining a vibrant community to enhance the quality of life for all residents. And whereas Jackie has been an active partner in elevating community partnership through her work with the Volunteer Advisory Council, supporting programs that empower residents to give back and strengthen civic engagement. And whereas Jackie exemplifies the true spirit of volunteerism through her extensive hands-on service in the community, consistently dedicating her time and compassion to those most in need. Whereas Jackie has also contributed significantly to the city's efforts to expand recreation, mobility, and active transportation through her involvement with the Bike Committee, helping advance initiatives that promote safety, connectivity, and healthy lifestyles. And whereas the Kettering community is a better place today due to the example Jackie has demonstrated as a devoted public servant. Now, therefore, on behalf of Peggy Laner, the mayor of the city of Kettering, Ohio, do proclaim today, December 9th, 2025, to be Jackie Fisher Day here in the city of Kettering, Ohio. On behalf of the council, administration, and the residents and our neighbors, express our sincere gratitude to you, Jackie, for your service to our city and our community, and we offer you the best wishes on your next endeavor.
Since I signed it.
And since we're winging this now, this is your opportunity for a few minutes if you would like to address the room.
Oh, I can real fast. This is my 30 seconds right now. So I'm gonna just say a few thank yous. First of all, I'm gonna look at Tony, because Tony is the sole representative of previous council. And I will tell you, they were my role models. They walked the talk. Not that we all were perfectly got along, we cussed and discussed like a good team would, but we were united in front, always professional, and we had maximum participation at everything. And so thank you for my role models. I want to thank the current city council. You guys work hard, you're very dedicated to our city, and I appreciate everything that you do and you're going to continue to do. Staff does a great job at focusing, supporting our citizens from our safety and fire to our streets departments to our administrative offices, and so I appreciate all that they do for our city. Unconditional support from my husband. I go to a lot of meetings, and he doesn't complain. He accepts my schedule for what it is, and I appreciate that. I would say it's not goodbye, because you guys are gonna see me around town. I'm gonna be working as a military liaison for the city. I'm gonna continue with KVAC. I'm gonna continue with Sister Cities, and I'm gonna continue to work with our working poor in the city. I'm not gonna stop those things that I do. So I'm just gonna say, see you later. And unlike the penny, I'm not going away. I'm not going away. 47 minutes for me.
The next proclamation for our mayor. Whereas today, Mayor Peggy Lehner is being honored by her many friends and colleagues as we celebrate her 15 years of service dedicated to the community as mayor and a member of City Council. And whereas Mayor Peggy Lehner began her public service career in late 1997 when she was first appointed to City Council to serve the residents as an at-large council member and did so through 2008. Following terms in both the Ohio House of Representatives and the Ohio Senate, Peggy Lehner was elected as Kettering's 11th mayor in 2021. Whereas Mayor Peggy Lehner has faithfully and honorably served the citizens of Kettering as mayor, offering steady leadership, thoughtful guidance, and an unwavering commitment to the well-being of our community. And whereas Mayor Peggy Lehner brought to her role a deep history of public service, grounded in integrity, compassion, and a dedication to improving the lives of our residents. And whereas throughout her tenure, Mayor Peggy Lehner championed initiatives that strengthened neighborhoods, supported local businesses, and upheld Kettering's long-standing reputation as a welcoming, forward-thinking city. And whereas Mayor Peggy Lehner, her service reflects a profound respect for the responsibilities of public office and a sincere commitment to the values and visions of the city of Kettering. Therefore, on behalf of Jackie Fisher, the Vice Mayor of the City of Kettering, Ohio, do proclaim today, December 9, 2025, to be Peggy Lehner Day in the City of Kettering. On behalf of the members of council, the city administration, the residents and neighbors of Kettering, I'd like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, Mayor Peggy Lehner, for your distinguished leadership and dedicated service to our community. And we give you best wishes as you conclude your mayoral term later this month. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you. Thanks for signing it.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I would like to start off, first off, by thanking Jackie. I don't know how I would have gotten through the last 4 years except her always willing eagerness to step forward, stand in for me when I couldn't be there, and was usually there even when I was there. So, Jackie, you've been a great vice mayor. That's why I kept you for 4 years. A little longer. No?
Longer than normal.
Yeah. Anyway, so thanks a lot for that, Jackie. Family, can't do it without you, and they're sort of used to standing in. My husband's here, Jim, and my son Paul, and my son Mike. And they've been great. Got 3 others that are at home, or at their homes, out of town mostly. So they're wonderful. Thank you. The staff here is terrific. You've heard that over and over. It seems like in the last year, we're seeing people of 30 years, 35 years leaving. It's hard to see old faces that have been here as long as I have. As Brian pointed out, I first came in 1997, and many of these people were halfway through their careers at that point, Mark being one of them. I certainly enjoyed working under Mark as well as Matt in the last 2 years, and we are so blessed with so many high-quality staff folks. Sort of remnants from my earlier careers for the city of Kettering. Some dear friends are here. First, Andrea White, who's our state rep, and Sandra Brasington represents the governor's office, not the mayor's office. And it's been wonderful. So this has been a delight for working, and I thank the community for the opportunity to serve you. It really gives me pause when I think of some of the things that we've done over the years, and some things just kind of pop up and remind you of what has gone on and what this community means. One of the things that I worked on intensely, Mark will remember this, was the senior services. We have wonderful senior recreation programs, but not everyone is capable of kicking a ball or playing, what's that game where you throw the bocce ball? That one, right? You can tell the sport fan I am. But anyway, we have a lot of citizens that can't do anything. They're very much isolated in their own homes. And that was an issue that I took on in my very first term, and we created a model system for the frail elderly in our community. And, you know, I worked real hard on that. It was going great guns. It didn't need me telling anyone how to do anything, but every once in a while something happens that kind of rings your bell. I was coming out of Kroger's a couple weeks ago, and there was an elderly woman really struggling to get her grocery shopping done and then get home. And I just asked her if I could give her a push to her car, assuming she had a car. And I found out, no, she was actually going 3 blocks away, pushing with her feet this car, and the wheelchair. And I won't go into some of her issues because they're private, but let's say she had every need you could imagine under the sun. And this was on a Sunday, the next day was Monday, and I got on the phone and called the senior service coordinator that we all worked on years ago. And we have an absolutely fabulous person named Natalie Storms right now who does that. And within 2 hours, she had found this woman, got the woman enrolled on Meals on Wheels, signed up for the Kettering transportation program, dealt with some health issues that were taking place in the building, and all of this at no cost to her and largely driven by volunteers and connecting to other organizations. And I only tell that story because, particularly for those of you who are new and coming on to council, you have tremendous opportunities on council as a volunteer in this community. We heard a lot here about the budget, that is going to be a challenging budget, really for the first time that I became involved with the city, that revenues were down largely because of the loan shop money. But you have an opportunity to make a real difference. One of the ways we're going to get past this current issue of the budget is to bump up our volunteer services. Before COVID, we had 1,000 volunteers. After COVID, we were down to about 200 or 300. Many of those have never come back. So there's an opportunity right there. We can fill in many, many dollars that we're missing just by looking at volunteers. So I'm going on longer than I intended, and I stole some of Jackie's time, so
It's all good.
anyway. But thank you all so much for everything you've done to help me and help this community, which we all love so dearly. Thank you.
We have a few guests with proclamations, and I'd like to introduce Sandra Brazington, the Western Ohio Regional Liaison for Governor Mike DeWine. Would you please come to the podium and present tonight?
Thank you, and thank you for the opportunity to be here. So to council, to staff, we'll start with Jackie. And on behalf of the governor and lieutenant governor, we want to thank you for your service. You've given so much, not only to the community, but to our military and our military community. So thank you, and thank you for what you're going to continue to do. We appreciate it. So the governor just extends his deepest appreciation for your remarkable service to the city of Kettering and the people of Ohio. You have led with integrity, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to your community. As city council member and vice mayor, your thoughtful leadership brought people together. You strengthened neighborhoods and created a more inclusive and connected city. Your hands-on approach and your heartfelt advocacy touched countless lives and made a real difference. Jackie, your legacy will continue to shine through the lives you've impacted and the community you've helped shape. Thank you for serving with such a heart and dedication. Thank you from the governor and lieutenant governor. So to Peggy. From the governor, lieutenant governor, and personally, thank you. You've been such an incredible role model to so many. You have led with such a huge heart, and you have changed so many lives. So thank you.
Thank you.
So from the governor and lieutenant governor, we extend our heartfelt gratitude and admiration for your many years of dedicated public service to the city of Kettering and the state of Ohio. As mayor, you led with compassion, vision, and a deep commitment to your community, guiding Kettering through a time of recovery and renewal. Under your leadership, the city strengthened its economic foundation, expanded support for its residents, and continued to deliver the high-quality services and amenities that make Kettering a vibrant and welcoming place to live, work, and raise a family. Your legacy also includes impactful service in the Ohio legislature, where your leadership on education policy helped improve outcomes for children and families across the state. Thank you for your integrity, your service, and your enduring dedication to the people of Kettering and Ohio. Thank you.
And give my best to the governor. Thank you so much. My what? Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
I'd like now to introduce State Representative Andrea White, who represents our city, Kettering, Ohio's 36th House District. Remarks from the legislature. Andrea, all yours.
Well, thank you very much. I will say that when I think about words, I'm not going to read these because you can, I'm sure, read them for bedtime reading or put them in a drawer or whatever's appropriate. But these are from the Ohio House of Representatives to indicate our support and our appreciation for all of the work that both of you have done. I will start with Jackie, Vice Mayor Fisher. I first knew about Jackie because I think I saw her name in the Dayton Daily when she was involved with the BRAC huge ordeal that was so strategic and important for this community and for the future, for the city of Kettering, for all of our region.
And so I remember reading about Jackie and her role, and I remember thinking, wow, what a leader. And then I was working on hunger issues with my compatriot, former council member Tony Klipaz, and others with Partners for Healthy Youth. And I heard about the work of Jackie Fisher in the Greenmont community and all of the things that you were doing to help with hunger issues and people who just needed an opportunity and a hand up to be able to move forward in their lives. And that's when I first met you. And then as I learned about your role with the backpack program and as you began your service as a Kettering councilwoman and vice mayor, I am truly in awe. First of all, I think of the word spunk and the willingness, the spunk and the fun that you bring, but as well, you see a need, you lean in. You're not willing to take no for an answer. And our city is better for what you have done and every day. And I'm very excited to see that you have a plan of how you will continue to be involved. So on behalf of the Ohio House of Representatives, I salute you for all of your leadership in this community, and we are so grateful for your service. Let's see. Mayor Peggy Lehner, who I have known for over 35 years. And I think about the word courage when I think about Mayor Peggy Lehner. In every area of her life, she is not afraid, or she doesn't show it. Jim can tell otherwise, or her sons. But when I think about Peggy and I think about the courage for you to say, I'm going to take a stand. I'm going to support every single person all the way throughout all stages of life and all ages of life. And you have demonstrated that in your commitment to the individuals in this community. I think the fact that you noticed someone in the grocery store and you notice people. When I was honored to be elected to be a state representative representing Kettering and our district, I would say, well, I have the seat that Peggy Lehner had and Jim Butler, and people say, oh, I love Peggy. How's she doing? I love Peggy. She made such a difference up here. And that's pretty much the word on the street about you. You've made such a difference with everything that you have touched throughout so many years of public service, community service, to individuals, to organizations, and truly moving Kettering forward. So I am honored, first of all, to be your friend and to have collaborated with you and had your insights and your mentorship and your words that you give, the way that you are able to see things and act and just be willing to accept come what may. So thank you. On behalf of our community, the House of Representatives, and the legislature, we thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you, Representative White. Before we move to council reports, I'll open the floor again to any guests that have words for our Vice Mayor or Mayor this evening. If you do not take the opportunity to come to the mic, we'll invite you downstairs to share them with the crowd as we celebrate after the meeting. But the mic is open for you now if you'd like.
Move on down.
I know some of you folks are not afraid of the mic. But with that, I'll turn it back over to the mayor for council reports.
Okay. We will start with Shane.
All right. It's wonderful to be here tonight with all of you guys to celebrate our wonderful public servants that are saying goodbye. But we have another public servant here tonight, just not elected, that this is their last council meeting as well. Our law director, Mr. Hamer. So I just wanted to thank you. I have worked with you for 2 years, and I very much appreciate your professionalism. I know the staff does as well, and the way that you helped guide us through any legal issue we were going through. So congratulations on your retirement. You'll be missed. I also want to say goodbye to you guys, and thank you to you guys. Not goodbye, but Thank you for everything you've done for the city of Kettering. I sat down last night and I just wanted to think about what I wanted to say today, and some words come to mind when you think of Jackie Fisher.
You're on the record.
Fill those in as you may. No. Some of the words I think of: shy, a little introverted, a little reserved. No, that of course is not at all what comes to mind for Jackie Fisher. Fierce would be the word, I would say. I so admire Jackie's passion and fire, and she is all about going out and doing what's right for residents and for the city of Kettering. So Jackie's been a great mentor to me. I appreciate you so much. Helped me feel comfortable. I didn't know what the heck, I still don't know what the heck I'm doing all the time, but Jackie's helped me feel comfortable in my first 2 years on council. So thank you so much for that. And Mayor Peggy Lehner, I realized right away when I met you, because I had never met you before I got on city council, right, that you just have, you just care so deeply about the city of Kettering and doing what's right. And it's never about Peggy Lehner. I mean, that story at the grocery store is a great example. You're selfless, and you've got an impressive resume, but you saved the best for last, city of Kettering. So being our mayor, thank you for all you did. And I hope Brian was taking notes, because you showed us how it's done to be the mayor of Kettering. I know you're just a phone call away, though, if you need to. So thank you for all you've done.
Thanks, Shane.
I'll try to be brief. Shane kind of stole my thunder a little bit on Mr. Hamer. You cannot believe how much I appreciated how you took care of your client, which was the city of Kettering, as the law director. And I'm also seriously going to miss your dry humor and also your patience in explaining legal matters to the council. Most impressive. I'll also change the order up. I'll say a few words about Mayor Lehner. I think it's fantastic that she answered the call 4 years ago to run for mayor after already having served on council. And I learned a lot from you on how to deal with people. And again, I can't thank you enough for coming back and spending time as our mayor. For Jackie Fisher, who I sat next to downstairs in workshop, she's a fire plug. She's high energy. You know what she thinks, and she's extremely passionate, which I admire greatly. And before I came on council to serve with Jackie, I knew I'd serve with her as a fellow council person. What I didn't know is I'd gain a friend in the process. So I thank you for that.
So first of all, I want to say that, Jackie, you have put on a good show of being all tough about this, and I'm only going to take 30 seconds and all that. I saw the tears. I saw that. And Peggy, a couple of years ago, maybe about 4 years ago when I was elected, I might have made a comment that I think we should be allowed to wear jeans to council. I got away with it once. I just want you to know that. But I wore a dress and heels for you today.
Thank you. I noticed.
It's killing me.
I noticed.
Yeah. So a few years ago, we had a council retreat when we were elected, and Bruce Duke, who I'm really sad he's not here tonight, but Bruce Duke said, we lead for today, but we innovate for our children and grandchildren. You both have done that. And the problem is Brian and I are both criers, and I'm getting to the crying point, so I'm not going to go on.
That's you're
It's all me tonight? All right, well, that's nice. But you guys, I hope you're leaving your seats here knowing you have made a difference, your innovation and your leadership. And I can't do it. Oh, and Peggy, we're going to send you a KLA application since you're going to have free time. We see a lot of potential in you, so we think we can. I got KLE in there.
Good, yeah, you did.
Ted, thank you. Anybody who can wear a tie with gnomes on it has my deepest respect, and we share an affinity for those gnomes, and also your sense of humor and your guidance during difficult, sticky situations. And I'll never forget the analogy when you take off your council hat and we put on our quasi-judicial hat. I appreciate the way that you can break down complex issues and guide us in the right direction. And it shows in the way that the city is perceived in the community and the region. the way you coached us. So thank you for that. Jackie Fisher and I met on a retreat for Leadership Dayton 15 years ago in a Leadership Dayton class chock full of just powerful women that I still get to call friends today. And that was before council, it was before I was on Parks Board at the time, and just and now I work in the veterans community. I just really come to appreciate her impact of what her work was at the base before she retired from there and dedicated all of her time here before the travel schedule picked up in the last 18 months. But to understand her impact, it's understated. Representative White talked about the work with BRAC, but the stuff she does with our underserved communities and the veteran community is unmatched in our city. And I'm thankful that you agreed to continue to represent our city with the Mountain Valley Military Affairs Council and continue to be a part of that in our community. I'm thankful for that. And it's not goodbye, it's just, we'll see you next time. For our mayor, this is my story. In 2005, I ran for council when she ran for re-election, and I went into a house, I'll never forget the house, and that lady was not happy with Peggy Lehner. And that lady, by the end of the time, my door knocking, was very happy with me. I don't know what happened. And I called Peggy and said, hey, this house, do not knock on that door. This lady is not your lady. She's my lady, and I'm thankful, but she's not your lady. And she said, well, I just knocked on the door. Those people have no patience for you. Do not knock on this door. And before we hung up in that call, she said, you can't win them all, but keep knocking and keep working. She was right. But I've seen her over my 18 years in her company, working for her and around her, that she keeps knocking, and she'll keep the conversation going and keep trying. You can't win them all, but she will try. Like others on council, she's been an invaluable mentor to me. In my truck, there are 4 saved phone numbers on the dash of my truck. My mother, my wife, my best friend, and Peggy Lehner. People ask me about the daunting task of becoming the next mayor, and I say you can only do it if you have her cell phone number, the code to her garage, and an invite to the home when you need to. And the Saturday morning coffees at your dining room table are invaluable to me, and I'm glad I still get to have them, right, Jim? Doc likes me, the dog, and I have an agreement that we have her counsel for the months and years to come. And for that, I'm thankful for you, your friendship, and your service to our city.
Thank you, Brian. I so appreciate it. You might check with Tony. My track record of showing up for coffee isn't very good. I think I've dissed him about 3 times. Anyway, I think you've heard enough from me and about me tonight. But thanks. I hope you're going to join us downstairs. Light refreshments. And it's really meant a lot to me to serve these last 4 years. I never thought I'd be back on council after 12 years away, but I've really enjoyed it and appreciate the opportunity that you've all given me. And keep up the great work, because it's the best place to live. So with that, our next meeting, they've been reminding me of that every January 13th, and have fun.